Hello everyone, and welcome to my long anticipated tour of my Vault 88 build. And by long anticipated, I mean very, very, very long incoming, for sure. I think I finished my build of this vault in September of 2016, so it's been almost a year and a half since I finished this vault, and I apologize so much to all of you who watched my entire vault build, which was quite a lot of you. They are my most popular videos, after all. And then got to the end and there was no tour like I promised there would be. I do apologize for that. There are a number of reasons why I took forever to do this. One was because I wasn't finished decorating the vault. Thus, it wasn't ready for the tour. And it's so massive that it took forever to do it, right? And also, real life happened. You know how it goes. I just didn't have time to work on it as often as I would have liked. So, all kinds of different real life stuff happened, and I picked at it here and there, but I finally just like buckled down and just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna finish it. Now, I will tell you one thing before we start. So, I built this entire vault before PS4 mods were a thing. Okay, so this entire mod build is vanilla. If you don't have mods on your PS4 or whatever you play on, you can build this vault, and if you want to see the entire process of me building it, I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description. Okay. Just warning you though, it's not a tutorial. A lot of people confuse that build series as a tutorial. It was not meant as a tutorial. My Vault 88 build was basically a let's build where I was building a vault for the very first time, pretty much blind. I had no clue what any of the pieces were, how they fit together, so there's a lot of stumbling around, not knowing how to do things, realizing how awful the vault build system is, and stuff like that. So it's not going to be a concise tutorial that a lot of people think it is when they first start watching it, and then they get all upset with me for not making a very good video. Anyway, just a fair warning there. If you're watching this though, chances are you've already watched my build videos. Alright, so then also this vault isn't 100% decorated. I just got to this point where I was like, that's good enough. Let's get on with the tour, right? So some parts of it might look a little more sparse than others. And also, since this was created before mods existed, half of it is decorated by hand. And what I mean by that is I did not use any mods to decorate it with. For instance, OC Decorator. Where you can just place things down and they stay. So, you'll probably see some stuff, like in the Atrium and main areas of the vault, will be messed up because they either fell through their shelves or they got knocked off by NPCs or whatever. And then I did eventually get mods, and so part of this vault is decorated with OC Decorator and a little bit of USO, the Unlock Settlement Objects mod. Those are the only two mods I used in this build, and I only use them for decorating. So still, if you don't have mods, you can still build this entire vault without mods. I just did use a couple mods to decorate with in some areas of the vault. I still tried to keep it, pretty vanilla. There's only a few things that you don't have access to that normally that I did use, that the mod gave me. Now, The reason I haven't gone and fixed some of this stuff that's like fallen over and stuff, I tried to, but my vault is so darn huge and the frame rate is so poor. I mean, it takes, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, and this is just the entrance. It's even worse in the atrium. The frame rate is horrible and it takes forever to do anything here. Now, I was trying to fix some things that were out of place and stuff before I started this tour, but I couldn't save it. I can't save this anymore. It is so big and so overloading my game that any save I try to make, whether it's manual save, quick save, or an auto save, it will freeze my game and I have to quit. And of course I lose all my progress then. And so the quick save that I have on this, which is the only save that I have, I couldn't make another hard save in this vault, is the only save that I can make in this vault. It's very, very frustrating. I think I would have to go outside my vault, fast travel away and save and then come back, and I just didn't want to bother doing that. So some stuff might be messed up, but that's why. Anyway, as you can see, I didn't really do anything with the entrance because the entrance is stupid, as I'm sure you all know. I did scrap all the junk and put out a couple extra tables. Now, one of the reasons why the entrance is dumb is because you can't put your own, like, you can't put power conduits on the walls and stuff in here for some reason. So you can't get your own lighting in here. So I did this just really quick thing. I have this here, and it's wire glitched from the generator. Let me just go, I'll show you this generator, which is the original one that is already here. Now I wire glitched it in, and I didn't do a very good job because I just wanted to hurry up and do it. I would probably I just wanted to hurry up and do it for the tour so that the entrance would be lit. If I was going to actually do stuff in this vault and like be here all the time, I would probably put another conduit over in this corner somewhere and then glitch a wire from there to there so it would go under the floor more. Anyway, if you want to do it that way, you can. Anyway, so it glitches up through here and powers this pipe conduit. And I have a radiator here to power this light bulb. And I have one light bulb over here. And then it comes around through, actually glitched through these canisters. Over here where another radiator is powering this light bulb. And that's all I did so that the entrance wouldn't be dark. Alright. Now I didn't do anything with this end of the vault. I didn't add any extra decoration. It is pretty much how you find it. I cleaned it up a bit, but it's pretty much the same. I didn't add any new stuff. In other words, I took some old stuff out and didn't add any new stuff. And that goes for the entire beginning of the vault. So now we'll go down and look at the stuff that I did add. Actually, let me get rid of my... Just wanted to get rid of my HUD. There we go. Just so that it's a little prettier. Here we go. Here's my vault. And I apologize again for the low frame rate. So this is the Atrium. And it's very kind of like a mall, I guess. This is the main hub of the vault where the vault dwellers spend most of their time. Thing about the vault dwellers is that since my vault is so huge and the frame rate's so low and everything, there's just so much here in this one settlement, the vault dwellers don't do anything except stand around. They don't walk around. They rarely do anything. Even the store clerks don't stand at their counters. So that's kind of frustrating. But whatever. What can you do? Anyway, so this is one of the examples of decorating without mods. All of this entire store was decorated without the help of a mod. So I hand placed every single one of the items in here. And because this is an interior cell, items won't fall through the floor when you load in. If this was outside, they probably would, just because of how big and full this area is. Now, every once in a while I do get something flying around, but I think it's because the NPCs knock them over, like these brooms used to be leaning up against the wall. Excuse me. Anyway, so this is Wendy's wares. And Wendy is off duty now, I guess. So anyway, so she just sells everything. All kinds of stuff. Things that I guess vault dwellers need. Decorations and stuff. Yeah. So then, let's just go along this way. We will be going down here later. I think I'll show you everything that's down here at the bottom first. This is the Barber Shop. So pretty much what it says. And the barber, I don't even know if that is actually the barber, but she's obviously not at her station. Actually, I think there is a guy who works in here, and he's not at his station, and she's a nurse or something. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. This is the entertainment area of the vault.
Yes.
Yes. I have an arcade, which I'll show you. And of course, this uses the Nuka World, a lot of the Nuka World stuff. So if you don't have Nuka World, you obviously can't decorate using any of the things in here. Like the Nuka-Cola machines and the toys and different Nuka-Colas. So Nuka-Cola cups and stuff like that. Plus the arcade games. So yeah. And I normally have like radios and music playing in here, but because of copyright restrictions, I can't have the radios on while I'm doing my tour. So it's a little quiet. So anyway, I just have, this is where people come to hang out. If you win big, you can get your picture taken in this throne. Had to do something with the corner, right? Here's the big Nuka Zapper race. And one Nuka Zapper. I think I had another one there, but I don't know where it went. Anyway, plus just some interesting decor around to make it interesting. And of course, interesting lighting, colored lighting. All right, let's go out to the next place. Across here we have the gym. And of course, everyone's just standing around instead of actually doing stuff. Although, when I loaded this up to record, one person was using this thing, and there were a bunch of people sitting on this bench. So, they do stuff once in a while, but most of the time they just stand around. Lazy vault dwellers! This is a restaurant, lounge, bar kind of thing. And where's the music coming from? Is it coming from this? No? Come on, where's the music coming from? There must be a radio on upstairs somewhere. Darn it. I hope that doesn't get me a copyright strike. Anyways. Here's the restaurant lounge thing. And, yeah. I didn't finish putting bottles on the bar because it's so time consuming. I hate doing it. And even after I got OC Decorator, I have to take the shelf, the bottom it's annoying. I didn't want to have to bother with it. So there we go. There's the lounge. There's a dance floor here in the middle. And, oh, there's the barber. The guy in the coat. That's the barber, I think. Or he might be the doctor. I don't remember. It's been 1.5 years since I assigned these people to their jobs. So, now let's go upstairs to see the other stuff. This is the diner. And this is where pretty much everybody goes to eat. It's also a buffet. Now, I had like fixed all this stuff right before I recorded, and then when I went to save it, it froze my game, and I lost my save, so it's all wrecked again. Oh wow, she's at her post. What do you know? Anyway, that was all nice and like arranged. So all of this stuff in here is also decorated without using a mod. All the food, all these plates and bowls and napkins and forks, all the food is put in here by hand. So all the buffet and yeah, all these cups and whatnot. So it doesn't ever go anywhere. The only things that really fly around for some reason is, I think it's just because of the way these shelves are made. Anything on the top shelf might sink down through it, because actually the front, like almost the front third of the shelf is not solid, and if you set anything on it anyway, it'll fall through. It's really weird. So this is the cafe slash buffet. Or as my 6-year-old likes to call it, a puffet. That's what he calls them, because he doesn't get what the difference is between a cafe and a buffet, so he calls all of them puffets. Anyway, this is the armor and gun shop. And
good to see you, Overseer.
Hi. So, you know, we've got armor here on the side, ammo for sale, and guns. And other weapons. We have some weapons in here and weapons in here. Knives and things. Yep. Gun shop. And across the way we have some more shops. One is the vault store. This is where they sell vault merchandise. And the vault rep ghoul guy runs it, but he's not here, of course, because nobody does their job in this vault. So anyway, if you need any vault memorabilia, here you go. You can buy vault suits, and you can even buy vault suits from other vaults. Like I got a bunch of Vault 111 suits here, and I have all the, well, not all of them, but most of the bobbleheads for sale. And you can buy Vault Tech lunch boxes. You can buy Pit Boys. Probably you can buy all the posters too. So that's the Vault Tech gift shop, basically. On this side we have a clothing shop. And the woman who works here is also not at her post. So I got some stuff. These are from... These colorful things are from Nuka World. And, you know, so, yeah, I hand-placed all this stuff as well. And see, so some stuff did fall on the floor. And I had, of course, fixed it all right before I recorded, and then my save didn't work, so I lost it. Pooey. Alright, now... I think we should go to residential, and this is the main living area of the vault. No, it's not. This is the wrong one. Here, just the one that I want to show you, because that residential area I didn't actually decorate, so they're just empty rooms. I'm going to show you the one I did decorate, because that will be more fun. Trust me. Oh, wait. There's something else I didn't show you. Oh, here we go. The clinic. I even get turned around in this vault sometimes. So down here is the clinic plus other stuff. This one is the clinic. So this is, you know, basically the clinic. Looks like some NPCs knocked the pillows off the beds again. And so this is where you go to get treated for things. It's like exam rooms and stuff. This is the surgery room back. And oh, so this be the clinic. And I think I decorated this using OC Decorator, because I think it was only the atrium that I decorated by hand. By then I was like, forget it, I'm not doing this anymore. Now that I have the mod, you know. So this is a research center. And they just basically do research in here. Scientific research. They have pet rats. These rats are from a mod. The USO mod adds these things. So, actually, this room was decorated by hand, if I remember right. I remember trying to fix something in here once and almost knocking everything on the floor. So, yeah, they just do scientific research in here, make medicines and whatever. They do experiments. I don't know what they're doing here. I wonder where the other rat went. There were two. Oh well. All right. Close the door. There we go. Hydroponics. Well, eventually. I think it goes to hydroponics. But anyway, so we got some, they just store some stuff here. Hydroponics is a long way down here. And this is like, I don't know, just an area where they wash food, I guess. Do things with food. Here is the hydroponics lab where they grow vegetables. And under, of course, ultraviolet lights or whatever you want to call it. These hay bales were added by Nuka World, in case you're wondering. Nothing in here was, as far as I know, nothing in here was placed by a mod. This is all vanilla. So I made these raised vegetable planters, of course, before I had access to the mod that adds vegetable planters to the game. So these you can build too. I have a tutorial on how to build these. If you don't use mods and you want raised vegetable planters, you can look for that video on in my tips and tricks videos playlist. So this is yeah, hydroponics. And then I'll go back up here. There was another, whoa, frame rate. When I am approaching the atrium, my frame rate drops super big. So that's why it's so, see that? It makes it really hard to build when the frame rate is that low too. And impossible to decorate. I'm glad I'm finally going to be done with this and I don't have to ever come back here again. Because it's pretty hard to operate in here with the low frame rate. So if you are actually planning on copying my vault, keep that in mind. If you want to actually do stuff in here regularly, like live here, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, to say the least. Now, this goes to the overseer, and this is one of the areas that I didn't finish. So, but I'll show you. And if you want to know how to build the elevator shaft, I do have a video on that. The only thing that you now I know that vault mods will add an elevator, but of course I built this vault before I had mods, so I had to improvise, and this elevator is a vanilla elevator. It comes in one of the DLCs, and I can't remember exactly which one. Contraptions, I think. You can't put a door on it, though, because if you put a door on it, it will block the call button for the elevator, and you won't be able to call it down. But anyway, let's go up to the overseer's office and quarters. Now, I was gonna put some guard barrack or guard room here, like the overseer's personal guards live here, but I didn't decorate that room. And I was gonna put a security office here, but I didn't. And I decorated the overseer's office, but then I lost it because of my save problem. I tried to save it, but then it froze my game, and I think this was the first time that happened. It froze my game, thus not saving it, and then I had to quit my game, thus losing the progress I made. So that was really frustrating. I'll just turn on my Pip-Boy light here. So I had this room completely furnished and mostly decorated, and then I lost all my progress. And after spending a couple hours on it, I was like, forget it. I'm just going to record the tour without it. And so I did have more stuff in here. I had more furniture, more decor sitting around to make it look a little bit more homey, you know. This is the gigantic bathroom. Yeah, this was before the mods where you could build bathroom stalls, so yeah, I was pretty upset when that happened, but I was so sick and tired of decorating in this low frame rate environment that I just decided, forget it. I'm tired of this. I want to get this tour out of the way. And so I hope you guys understand. I mean, I'm sure you can. Anyway, so there's the overseer's office, or what, you know, could be the overseer's office. I'm very not happy that happened. So that's the only unfinished area. All the rest of it is done. So, oh, by the way, just so that you guys know, if you are using an elevator like one of these kinds, never leave them up on the top when you leave the cell. Like, for instance, this is the second floor. I can come out here and go down the stairs if I want to get to the first floor. But if I leave my elevator up here, the numbers might bug out and float to the top of the elevator shaft, and then there won't be any buttons on here. So always return your elevator to the bottom floor before you leave your settlement, or that could happen. It happened to me, and I had to rebuild the elevator, but since I started leaving it on the first floor and never letting it stay up above that, it hasn't happened again. So try that. I've heard that it works for other people as well. Okay, let me check around here. I'm turned around. I get turned around in this. I can't never remember which side is which. There we go. We were going to go down and see the security. Actually, there's a lot of stuff down here. Reactor, security, and research, which isn't really research. It's more like water purifying. They didn't have a label for that, so I used research. And of course, these are just the long tunnels that you have to go through to connect one area to the other, of course, where you can't, they're not actually big enough to have rooms, and so you have just long corridors and stairways. Now, this area of the vault is restricted to only the people who can work here. So, not just anybody is allowed down here. So they have a screening room that you have to go through to be authorized. So that's what this is. This is the screening room, and the people that work down here aren't here for some reason. Nobody's at their posts, but anyway, there's 2 people who work down here that aren't here right now. So my vault feels a little empty because everybody's doing other things. Anyway, you come in here, basically show your identification, and of course, if you end up coming here to work for the first time, you get authorized and whatnot. That's what that's for. So then, once you're authorized to come down, you come to here, and this actually goes in 2 different directions. We got security offices there, and the reactor room down there, and I'll go this way first. So this is where all the security personnel live, basically. It's their headquarters. They live here. This is sort of like their office area. I didn't decorate these desks because these are the those security desks that the NPCs can use, and you can't place objects on top of them in build mode. You can normal mode, like just by hand, but it was another thing I didn't want to have to bother doing, so I just didn't do it. Now these are holding cells for, you know, troublemakers or whatever, if you want. If somebody needs to go to jail, they have to have law in the vault too, right? So then the security residential area is down here. So this is where all the guards stay. Well, not all of them. 4 of them stay here, I guess. I didn't make the room big enough, I guess, but this is where they hang out. Should I turn off my pit bull? I want you guys to get the actual lighting that I intended here. So anyway, this is the guard barrack, and then this is the room where they keep all the weapons and stuff like that. They fix the guns here. They work on guns. They this is where they store the vault's weapons. So, you know, the armory, basically. This is the armory, and so we got ammo and all the guns. And of course, then they also make mods. They improve their weapons here. They have a suit of power armor, and they also have a chest full of armor and stuff like that. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that cat meowing. That is my cat, and she's being very annoying at the moment. This is the shooting range. So you can stand here and shoot the targets that are way out there. There's some mannequins. There's some targets. Let me get a better gun. If you shoot them, whoa, low frame rate. It lights. Did you see that? It lights up. I'm getting low frame rate from that. But it lights up the light there that's next to the target, so that's how you can tell that you hit it. So yeah. And I had some. I forgot that guy was laying there. I was gonna put some bottles and stuff on this table, but I forgot to do that. This is This is one of the tunnels. I blocked it off so that. Because I wasn't going to use all of the areas of the vault. This one, I think, is the one that goes out to the store, that pharmacy. I think that's the tunnel that goes out to the pharmacy. Anyway, so this is where the security personnel work and live and stuff when they're not on duty. So now we'll head back through the maze. And so that's the way back to the atrium. And this goes to the reactor room. And the water purifying area too, which they don't have a sign for. Oh, there's one of my vault dwellers that works up in the... yeah. This is storage, basically. This is a storage room. So I just have tons of storage on the shelves. And yeah. This is the reactor room. And this is another area that is sparsely decorated because I just didn't want to have to bother. Like, so there's nothing on this shelf. In order to decorate a shelf, you have to go use a pillar to raise it up and down to get the shelves, to get the shelf at the right level so that your items will go on the shelf you want it to go on. So you have to raise it up and down for each shelf that you want to decorate. Well, that's hard to do in the vault. I had already placed the shelf down, and then I was going to come back and decorate it later, but unless you're decorating by hand, it's impossible to decorate all the shelves. And so because then I would have to take it out somewhere far away from anything else I had built so that I could raise it up and down, which is hard to do in a vault. It's not the same as if you just take it outside of your building out into the grass somewhere. There's nowhere to go, you know? My vault is taking up everything. That's a bathroom, I guess. Yes, indeed it is. Okay. Up here, this is the overseer, not overseer, but like the foreman, the guy who works in this area, who's in charge of it. This is his little office. And this goes to the water purification area. And research. I guess they do research here too, but research was the closest thing I could find in the sign department. So this again, it's sparsely decorated. There's not a lot on the shelves and stuff because for the reason I already mentioned. This was one of the last areas of the vault I decorated, and I only just did it like a couple weeks ago. So this out here is the water purification area. So this is the big, huge water pump. And here's where they do water purifying and whatever. I don't know. Just whatever you can think of that they would do, they do it here. Having to do with water. So you can come out here actually and you can come down here and work on the water pump if you have to. So, yes. That's that. And so that's this section of the vault. Normally I would have decorated those areas a little bit more, but again, I just wanted to have done, you know? Just have it over with. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of using being in here, being in the vault. I want to move on to other things. So it's kind of a long walk for sure. All right, so that's the restricted area of the vault. And yeah. It's big. If I ever build another vault, and I never will, in case you're wondering, I will not make it this big. I do not recommend making a vault this big, people. Yeah, see how now that I'm getting closer to the atrium, the frame rate's dropping so bad. So anyway, that is all of the areas that go off of the... Oh, no, it's not. I still didn't show you the residential, which I'm getting turned around. I showed you the clinic. There was another... Oh, yes, it's upstairs. I get turned around in my vault. It's this way. I wanted to show you, not this residential, but this. This back here is the school. This is the classroom for the children that I don't actually have. But I imagine there's a lot of illiterate adults in the world as well, so yeah. I didn't decorate this one with junk, like, you know, paper and pencils and stuff. I just didn't. I think I forgot. Because this is one of the first, because everything right off the atrium I decorated, or at least intended to. And this is a chapel for whatever use you want to use it for. A chapel. I think that's that rat in the research room. Upstairs, downstairs, wherever it is. Now, let's see. I know there was another thing that I wanted to show you. But, oh yes, the residential. Now, this, I think this is the residential area that I did not finish. This was like the last thing that I made. The last area of the vault that I made. And I ended up not needing all these rooms. I did stick some furniture in a couple, but I didn't decorate them. They go on forever. There's like, and most of them are empty because there's too many. I didn't need this many. I felt like I needed to use all the space that I had. They go, they're like a maze. Oh, my frame rate. They're like a maze and they just go everywhere over here. So I'm not going to show you all of that. If you would like my advice, if you're following along on this build, don't build this section. It's a nightmare. You don't need it. You can't, unless you have a mod that lets you have 100 settlers, you don't need them. This area at all. I don't have any settlers staying on this side. I do have another residential area. It was the first one I made. I made this residential area first. That one on that side was like literally the last thing I built. And ugh. Anyway, this one's decorated. These residential areas are decorated. And somebody has a radio. Just a second. I gotta go find that and turn it off. So just hold on a second. Okay, that's better. It was way upstairs. Okay, so these are the first two rooms, and I tried to decorate each room so that it looks like people live in them, right? So they have, you know, things laying around on their desks, and, you know, they have belongings and stuff. And I tried to make each one different. This guy likes, he's a nerd, so he collects everything. He collects posters, games. He has cards and the robots and vault boys and stuff. So he's got, yeah, he's kind of nerdy. And then it goes this way and goes up. This actually goes down into the arcade. If you want a shortcut from your living room to the arcade. Ugh, frame rate. Okay, so these are the main residential areas. And all of the vault dwellers live here. And so there's plenty of room for all of them. I think I have 22 vault dwellers. And there's plenty of room for all of them to live in these double-storied room, well, like apartment areas. There's 4 on each side, top and bottom. And there's lavatories at the end. of each section, and these is just like a common area. You can chat with your neighbors. So I'll just show you each one because each one is completely different. So, you know, some of them are pretty basic. Here's a bedroom. So 2 people live here. And, yeah. So, if you see an item in here, like for instance these boxes that are under the bed and that green suitcase, that isn't in your, if you don't have mods, those were added with the USO mod. So if you can't find them, that's why. If there's any items that I use to decorate with that you can't find, it was probably added with either OC Decorator or USO. So, but there's not a lot. Mostly they're in these rooms here. So here's another one. Just tried to make each one look different. This one belongs to the doctor and his wife, who's a nurse. They have their offices in here, so they live on this side and they work. Of course, they sleep here, but they have their desks. So they have, you know, doctor-related things. He's got x-rays on the wall and stuff like that. Might not be husband-wife. Might just be doctor and nurse. I don't know. 2 doctors? I don't remember. Anyway, these lavatories, I originally made them in my Let's Build. You will see that I made them using vanilla decor, but I hated it, and so I changed it and used mod added. OC, not OC Decorator. USO adds the shower and the sink. So they're both like this. They are both the same. Men's and women's bathrooms. And over here we have another one. So just another house. You know, they're all basically the same, but I wanted them to be all a little different to just make it look like people live here. There's, of course, a limited number of decor that you can use, so they all end up having the same thing. But, like, for instance, this one, this guy who lives here is a little bit eccentric. He covered his whole floor with rugs, and he collects Nuka-Colas and Vim. And he thinks it's Christmas. But it's not. Anyways, just to make it different, you know. Okay, so then to get to the upper level, you have to go up this way. And my frame rate's gonna catch me again. So here's the upper level for the I think this is the guy who likes robots, and he builds them in his quarters here. In the back room, of course, his workshop and his little private gym that he has. Now, most of this stuff was added with USO and OC Decorator. So like this robot stuff was added like with that, and of course some of this broken computer and this cart and things like that were added with the mod, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do it, right? I don't know. I just liked it. I wanted to use the mod to decorate with because it just gave me more options to work with for all of these rooms that otherwise would be the same. And you know, so that's why I used the mod to decorate. So an older couple lives here, and they have more traditional furniture and decor. So, you know, they have flowers and plants and more traditional furniture. And then they have their little areas back here. Bedroom. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, my frame rate. Oh my gosh. So then there's lavatories again, and they're exactly the same as the ones down below. I apologize for my frame rate. I don't know if you can tell on the video. This guy, I imagine this guy was actually from the Institute, and he came here. Like he escaped or left for some reason, but he took a lot of his furniture with him. And so he kind of just lives in the vault. He didn't want to live in the Institute anymore, but he didn't want to live out in the wasteland either. So he came to live in the vault. Sort of a middle ground kind of a place. Safe and clean, yet not the Institute, right? And I think this is the last one. And I didn't decorate this one very much. So that is the residential area of my Vault 88. The only one that really matters. The other one that's all empty and like a maze, it doesn't matter. And I kind of wish I didn't build it. I suppose I could have taken it apart, but yeah. There you go. And I think that might be it. I think that might be all there is to show you guys. And I hope so, because this is a very long video. And I didn't mean for it to be long like this, but it's such a huge, huge vault. It's crazy how big it is. I think I showed you everything. If I can remember. I think I did. I think I showed you everything. All of the areas, there's so many different areas, and I forget even what I made myself because it's been 1.5 years since I finished building this thing, so I even forget. But yes, I believe I showed you all of these sections. So anyways, you guys, what do you think? As frustrating as it was to build this, I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, it was quite an accomplishment, especially for how difficult it is to build vault in the vault, to use the vault pieces, especially without mods to make it easier. It was a very difficult build, probably my least favorite build that I've ever done, simply because of its frustrating qualities. But when it's all said and done, I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, I'm proud of it. So anyway, that is going to do it, you guys. And once again, I apologize for it taking so long to get out. And I would love to hear what you think down in the comments below. So leave me a comment down there. Give this video a like if you liked it. And from now on, I am going to be trying to get some of my other builds finished and decorated and get their tours out as well. I decided I'm finally just going to pick away at it. They're not going to come out anytime super soon, okay? So I don't expect them next week or anything. I'm just going to work on them. Like, I haven't worked on them at all. Like, for instance, the Brotherhood of Steel base and Nordhagen Village. I haven't touched them since the last video I made about those builds. Okay, so I haven't even like gone there to decorate since then. So it's been a while, but I'm finally going to do it. The main reason why I never did finish those ones is because as soon as I was done building, I went on to my next build, and then I didn't have time to decorate because I was too busy building my next build. So now that I've cut back on my videos a little bit, I have a little bit of extra time on my hands to finally finish these builds. And then, once they're all done, I'm going to work on my current build, the Underground Railroad base build. Again, I'm going to start working on it again. So you can have something to look forward to in the not too distant future. So that is it, you guys. That's it. So anyway, this was fun. Mostly. Building the vault was mostly fun. I had fun building it for you guys, and I know you guys were very excited back when I was building it, and that excitement that you were putting off like totally infected me and made me excited, and I wanted to build it as fast as I could. So that was fun, and I had a lot of fun interacting with you guys in the comments of my videos while I was building it. So that's when my channel really kicked off, and I started to get to know you guys, and so in that way it was really fun. You guys made it fun for me to build this vault. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and until the next video, I'll see you soon, and remember, play safe, play nice, and have fun. Bye.